Here we go. All right. And hello, South Florida, TGIF, TGIF, TGIF here on the Real Estate Show. That's right, the three TGIFs for today. Thank God it's Friday. Thank God it's Florida. And thank God it is finished. Well, almost finished. We got another 30 minutes here on the Real Estate Show, and we're glad that you're here with us. We got a great show for you today as we wrap up week number 2 of house hacking. We had house hacking 1.0 week 1 and house hacking 2.0 on this last week. And so we kind of took it to the next level. And I'm excited to share with you, a whole bunch of things. First of all the things that we covered during the week, we'll just hit the high points. Now, remember, everything that we're talking about is recorded, is archived, and is always available to you if you go to our website at automaticlandlord.com. That's automaticlandlord.com. Now, what's not always available is our show. Our show is available only 5 days a week. That's right. It is available 5 days a week, every day, Monday through Friday from 5 p.m. until 5:30 p.m. That's Eastern time. So 5 days a week, 5 p.m. is what you got to remember. And you could pick any one of 5 different ways to join and listen into the Real Estate Show on our original 1470 AM on the AM dial. More recently, maybe a decade ago, on the FM dial at 96.9, 95.3. That's on the FM dial. Then more recently still on the apps now. These are the free apps that you can download from any one of your phones onto your smart device, tablet, phone, whatever. But you can take us with you. So as long as you have cell access to the internet, you have those apps that work, and you have the Real Estate Show at your fingertips wherever you go. And that would be the third way. The fourth way would be on our website, probably old faithful. As soon as this was technologically available, we started streaming our show as we broadcasted it. So all of a sudden the borders fell away, and some of our clients, we have clients that we manage properties for in Brazil, in China, in Europe, and throughout the United States. And of course, now they could listen to the Real Estate Show every day from their computer or, wherever they had internet access. So that's on automaticlandlord.com. If you forget anything else, you can always remember automaticlandlord.com. And the fifth and final and most recent way is on Facebook, but that even goes back quite a few years. On Facebook, all you have to do is go to Facebook. If you have an account, just look up The Real Estate Show as if it was all one word. If you don't have a Facebook account, you still can watch and participate on The Real Estate Show simply by going to facebook.com/The Real Estate Show, all one word. And so no spaces in the whole thing. Facebook.com/The Real Estate Show. And like Sandra, who's watching right now, and Erica and Simone and John and a whole bunch of other folks that are on our Facebook page right now that can watch, even type in their comments, say hello, give us the thumbs up, a like, a heart, or anything else that you want to do just to show us that you're there listening. But so that's 5 different ways you can hear us live Monday through Friday, AM, FM, the app, the web, and then on Facebook. Now on Sunday nights, that's a 6th day. We have our radio show, which is the entire week's back-to-back starting at 9 p.m. So pick any one of those ways that you are listening, and then you can go Sunday night, 9 p.m., and listen to us there. In fact, the only place you can listen to it on Facebook on demand anytime, on our website anytime. But we are live on all of the other ways. In fact, live also on the No, we wouldn't be live on the website because the radio station would be streaming it now. I'll just go on and having this conversation with myself. Now, I want to remind, this will probably be the last day that we'll be taking applications. We're looking for a social media intern for the real estate show. This is a very unique opportunity to learn real estate, learn the ins and outs of real estate investing. We'll share with you what we know. All you have to do is share with us what you know about social media. So we're looking somebody with creative design skills on the real estate show. We're looking for content strategy so that we can get the word out more broadly through social media, all of the different avenues, whether it be Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, TikTok, Pinterest, LinkedIn, and whatever else. So your skills are what we're looking for, and if you're looking for our skills, let's make a good match. So if that's something that applies to you, text the word intern to the following number, the word intern, to 561-861-2366. Once again, that's 561-861-2366. And that's it for our announcements for today. Now, house hacking has become a really interesting topic, and I've had some really neat conversations with some of you out there who have called into our real estate show. It's funny because hacking to me a long time ago was a bad thing, right? If someone hacked into your system, that means that they were bad guys that somehow broke into something. If you hack into somebody's computer, if you, whatever the word was bad. And then suddenly it became a good word. Hacking is a shortcut. That's how they use it. I guess the same way with the word a hustler. Whenever I heard somebody was a hustler, it usually meant that they were, they weren't straightforward. They're always trying to hustle you out of something. Only in sports, if somebody could hustle, that they could really work hard. Well, that meaning has sort of come back, and now everyone has a side hustle, which, by the way, like a side gig, another one of these modern terminologies that means something completely different than what it did 20 years ago. But house hacking has become something that's very much in vogue. And the only thing that I think is a shame about it is that more people don't do it, and that more people don't understand it, because real estate is and always has been for more than 20 years, for more than 100 years. Real estate has been the best way to accumulate value, accumulate wealth, create a legacy better than any other asset out there, bar none. Show me one that's better, and I'll be interested in that. You can do it so predictably, so safely, that you can literally set it up as a formula, create it, and make it go, basically on autopilot. There's nothing else. And I hear about everything, and there's always the newest and latest thing, which turns out to be not the greatest thing. So, the more things change, the more things stay the same. And real estate really is a fundamental. It's almost like coloring by the numbers, in my opinion. And that's why this whole concept of house hacking, I think, is very popular. Today, I was at the bank, and I was talking to the bank manager there. Real interesting fellow who has bought his first house. And then when he found out what I did, he was interested in finding out more about, should he buy another property. He's kind of on the fence, some trepidation. I said, listen, let me just answer that in one simple way. Go buy another property now. I always get the question, when should I buy real estate? Should I wait for the interest rates to go down more? Should I, buy it when the interest rates are going up? Should I buy it when there's a Democratic president, or should I wait for a Republican president? Should I buy east? Should I buy west? Should I buy north? Should I buy south? Should I buy closer to the beach? Should I buy more inland to get more, dollars per square foot? And the answer is depending on what you want. And that's why we offer, the opportunity to talk to us. We can make things very, very clear for you. Having sometimes an objective third party analyze your situation. Talk to us. We'll talk to you about, what you've got, what you bring to the table, what are your strengths and what are your weaknesses, what are your opportunities, and then we'll talk to you also about what are the threats. And all of that, once you have heard that from, somebody who's been in the market for 35 years here in South Florida, been doing real estate literally all over the country, seen it, done it, and got the T-shirt in multiple ways. And the bottom line here, here's an opportunity for you at no cost to listen to the real estate show on a regular basis. You'll see the consistency, 22 consecutive years of conversation about real estate here on the air. Never run out of things to talk about because real estate is constantly evolving. It's a cyclical business just like any other business. But I will tell you this, they're not making any more of it. Real estate is what it is. And as the population grows, that's why since time recorded, real estate has been consistently getting more valuable, has its ups and downs. And even when you think the sky is falling, like in the Great Depression, right? Wouldn't you love right now to be able to buy property at Depression era prices? Now, you wouldn't have felt that way if you were in the Depression, but knowing what you know today, how about in the Great Recession and back in 2008, 9, and 10? Boy, if you could have loaded up on more real estate today is much higher than it was even at the peak before that crash. But imagine if you could have bought it at the bottom of that cycle. There's a lot of people right now that I talk to that are waiting for that next bottom cycle. And here's the thing that I'll tell you about that. If you're a short-term buyer and you're trying to time the market, good luck to you. That's not a very easy thing. And that, my friends, is called speculating. But when you buy something for the long run and you follow the principles that we talk about, cash flow, positive cash flow only. There were times, especially back in 2004 and 5, where I was hearing no matter where I turned, I would hear someone say, yeah, I'm losing money on a monthly basis, but I'll make it up in 3 months when I sell it. That's a game of, it's speculating, first of all, but that's a game of musical chairs, isn't it? As soon as the economy changes, and it can change in a heartbeat, right? Look at the pandemic. What happened? The economy froze. Look at Black Friday. What happened? The market froze and it dropped like a rock. Look at 2008. All of those things happen. It falls fast and grows slowly. However, if you buy and hold on for a period of time, pick any 10 years, that if you had bought during that 10-year period, by the 10th, 11th year, you're going to be back at and above where you were. So if you're investing for a 10-year period, it doesn't matter when you buy. It doesn't matter. And so whenever someone asks me, when should I buy real estate? I'm always going to say, as soon as you can. If you can find a good deal and you can make the deal happen, close, right? If you can qualify to buy, and I'm going to add one little asterisk here, which you're going to like, but if you can qualify to buy, that's when you should. And the beautiful thing here on the Real Estate Show, we talk about it. If you are coachable, cooperative, and committed, I don't care where you are, because on my spectrum, I have a stair-step approach to helping people to buy, own, and profit from real estate. It doesn't matter where you are, no credit, no money, to I got great credit and a bunch of money. It doesn't matter where you are on that ladder. Take what resources you have and apply it. But even from the bottom point of the ladder, I can still make you a homeowner if you have those 3 qualities that I just told you: coachable, cooperative, and committed. Because I'm going to show you, I'm not saying that it's not work. It will be work, but it's worth it. It's worth every ounce of effort that you put into this. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and take a quick break here on our Friday. Got a little philosophical, a little bit up on the soapbox, but that's because we've had a great week talking about house hacking. We talked about over the last 2 weeks about a number of ways to live for free, even in a single family house. And then the second week, we took it to the next level. We started talking about house hacking and accelerating your wealth with the real estate that you're house hacking in. So don't touch that dial. We got more for you. We're going to have a whole bunch to share as we wrap up this second and final week on this topic. So don't go away. You're listening to the Real Estate Show. My name is Eric Willner, and I will be right back. Susanna, you're awesome. Thank you very much for texting that in there.
Today's real estate market is full of questions. Eric Willner and Capital One Group LLC
They're the best.
For a no obligation consultation and get the facts. 888-595-7779. That's 888-595-7779. Don't learn the same.
So how was your week?
Find income-producing real estate, and you'll find out
Hey, Sandra. Marion. That's a new name for me. How are you? Welcome to the Real Estate Show. We're here live Monday through Friday. Thank you. Thank you, Susanna. It is awesome. The world would be so much better if there was more people like you in it. It really would be. And it's funny, talking about, and that's a very true statement. I was talking as from time to time, I talk about my college graduate formula to retire as a millionaire, no matter what you do, whether you're a school teacher, whether you're a fireman, whether you're an artist, self-employed, part-time, full-time. If you can afford to buy a house, I should call it the college house hack your way to $1 million retirement. And so I showed it to this bank manager that I was talking to today. And he was floored by it. He thought it was the coolest, most basic and logical thing. And I said, think about that. Imagine if we could teach all of our college grads and every college graduate became a millionaire. So we wouldn't need Social Security and we would have a much stronger country. Anyway, we're coming back. And welcome back. For those of you just joining us here on the Real Estate Show, South Florida's #1 program about real estate and America's longest running daily radio show, all about the topic of real estate. We've been talking these last 2 weeks about house hacking and a number of ways to get into a house for virtually no money. In fact, you can own a house for less money than it takes to rent a house. And let me tell you, I spent the last week very involved in a number of rentals, and the rentals are scarce. They're hard and they're being competed for, just like buying houses is that you hear about. You don't hear about in the rental market. And it's amazing. One of the properties that we had that we have under management, which came up for rent, and I'll tell you that the phones blew up with prospects and realtors. And it's also, for me, it's kind of interesting. I always look at these things from a number of different angles. Number one, of course, always trying to keep my finger on the pulse of what's going on in the marketplace, but also from just looking at also the quality and professionalism of the people out there. I had people prepare a package, with a table of contents, a family photo, a family story, really, really pitching to get the property. To someone sending in a half-assed, contract with no supporting documents, nothing to strengthen the file. And guess who gets the property and guess who doesn't? Guess who gets looked at and guess who doesn't, right? So it's kind of interesting to see that. And it's nice to see. I'll see that there was a good amount of very professional agents out there. I'm going to be back in touch with them because, as I mentioned earlier in the broadcast this week, that we're looking for some additional agents. We have a backlog of about 50 prospects of folks that are looking for houses. We'll get them qualified. We'll get them set up. And if you want to get qualified and set up to buy a house right now, text the letter VIP to 561-861-2366. And then once we get them set up and qualified, then we put them with a qualified agent that will go out there and find the property to make sure that you're able to own the house that we got you qualified. Remember, it doesn't matter where you are on that ladder, whether you're starting out with no credit, no income, no money, to I got all of the above, or anywhere in between. The VIP program that I'm talking about covers all of the bases. So 561-861-2366 is our constant smart text line. It's always the same number. What changes only is the keywords that we are sharing on any given time. So right now it's the letters VIP to 561-861-2366. Doesn't matter, income, credit, or down payment. Start the process. And like I said, if you're coachable, cooperative, and committed, we'll get you into a house. And that's our commitment to do that. Remember, we started out the year with a commitment saying that, or what I call it, our big, hairy, audacious goal, the BHAG. And then we wanted to get 100 people into a home this year, in spite of the pandemic, in spite of all the jibber jabber that's going on in Washington and everywhere else. That's in their world. In our world here, in the real estate world, we're trying to help people in every way possible. And so, over the last 2 weeks, we've been talking about, that you can actually you can buy a house for almost no money, and you can live in it for almost no money. In fact, quite frankly, you can even live in a house for free if you understand the concepts that we went over for the last 2 weeks, talking about house hacking. And you can even do that. Now, it's the easiest if you buy a duplex, a triplex, or a fourplex when it comes to a residential property, because now you have the income from the other units that can pay half or more of your mortgage payments. But what if you live in a single family house? What if you already own a house? We talked about, you can add a possible apartment. You can sublet a part of the house. There are a number of different things. You can do it by space, by time. It's really gets interesting when you start to realize how creative you can be. But what is also very interesting is that it really applies to anybody. And when you think about it in those terms, then you start to ask yourself, why would you rent at that point? And I know that I won't be able to talk, because you're probably thinking, Eric, I thought you just said that you rented out some properties. And I go, yes. And you can bet that we'll share this information also. But there's some people that you'll never talk out of renting. In fact, like I was saying, there's some very qualified people, some hardcore competition, people offering to pay 6 months or 12 months in advance to become considered as a better tenant. All of the different things that the tenants might do in order. Some of them offering to do additional work and improve the house that they're going to live in, which is a win-win situation when you think about it. And it certainly makes it much more appealing to a landlord who says, listen, I'm never going to call you for a repair. And in fact, I'm going to do A, B, and C to make your house more valuable. And you won't even have to hear from me. And I will pay my rent check like clockwork on the first, or I'll even pay it in advance. So kind of interesting there. Now imagine if you had a cohabitating tenant, either in an apartment, in a room. During the pandemic, I don't know if you saw it, but they were renting out swimming pool areas. So the people who didn't have pools wanted to get out of being in a claustrophobic, shelter in place environment. They wanted to be able to rent a backyard swimming pool for a day, a week, a weekend. And I saw that happening. I still see people renting out storage space, whether it be your garage area if you don't need it, your driveway even if you don't need it. Think outside of the box. There's lots of different possibilities here. And then we went from all of these different little ideas. And remember, all of this is recorded. All of this is up on our website at Automatic Landlord. But we also started talking about, now let's start attacking the expenses that we have. So if we can increase a little bit of income and then reduce the amount of expenses, all of a sudden, this becomes even more powerful. Again, if you want to get the information, if you want to start that process and get in line for a growth of real estate, which we are having and will continue to have, then text the letters VIP to 561-861-2366. Once again, that's 561-861-2366. Text the letter VIP there, or contact us on our website at automaticlandlord.com. That's automaticlandlord.com. Well, that's it for me today. This is Eric Willner signing off for the TGIF Friday. We'll be back again Monday live. Don't forget about our Sunday night 9 p.m. Back-to-back rebroadcast of the whole week's shows. And you can always check it all out either at automaticlandlord.com and on our Facebook page at The Real Estate Show. Anyway, that's it. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye. And that's a wrap.
Thanks for listening to The Real Estate Show, brought to you by
Let me jump off here. Let me shut this stuff down. We got a call coming in. So thanks a lot, and I will see you all. Don't forget to share. Thank you again, Susanna. Bye-bye. Hello. Hello.
Hey, I was just, this Jerry, I was just touching, make sure that y'all got that. You got an acknowledgement back from the mortgage company.
I haven't talked to Erica yet.